Bonjour tout le monde. Unfortunately, we have become disconnected, or at least I have become disconnected. So I am going to teach you this way what we would have done in class. So we have all these articles. These things are all called articles. Un, une, des, le, la, l, des, du, de la, de l, des. I'm just joking, by the way, when I say l and de l. Okay, des. When do we use which article in French? Okay, so we have studied, we know that le, la, and les mean the, and that un, une mean a, an, or one. And we've learned that, well, basically you guys learned that the plural of le, la, and l, what's the plural? It's les. And you've learned that un and une mean a, an, or one. What's the plural of un or une? It's des, and that basically means some. Okay, so just a quick review. When do we use le, la, and les? Well, we use them. One of the first ways we use them is with verbs of preference. Okay, so détester, ne pas aimer, j'aime comme ci comme ça, aimer, adorer, préférer. Okay, and here's some examples. So with these verbs of preference, with détester, we have je déteste la viande, tu n'aimes pas les épinards, il aime comme ci comme ça la soupe, etc. So here are examples of us using it with verbs of preference. Okay, we use le, la, and les if we're referring to a whole entire category, but I think we're going to see about that later. We use un, une, and des to mean a and an, right? And we can use des to mean some if we're talking about things you can count. So we have nous achetons un poulet, tu prépares une omelette, vous servez des tomates. So this would be we buy a chicken, you prepare an omelet, and you serve tomatoes, you serve some tomatoes. So notice that if I had, so what we're doing right here is noticing the difference between using un, which means a or an, and le, which means the. If I say nous achetons le poulet, it means we buy the chicken. If I say nous achetons un poulet, it means we buy a chicken. And the purpose of partitive articles is to allow us to say some. So here we have we buy a chicken, here we have we buy the chicken. We're learning how to say we buy the chicken. That's what we're learning in this video, okay? Or in this lesson, not just this video. Okay, same thing with this. We have tu prépares l'omelette, okay? So here you have we buy a chicken, we buy the chicken. Now we have you prepare an omelette, you prepare the omelette. And here we have you serve tomatoes. Okay, so let's look at what would happen if we did that one with les. That didn't work out so great. Undo typing. No, undo typing again. Undo paste. This is what we need to do. That's okay. Okay. So look at this. We have tu prépares une omelette. Tu prépares l'omelette. Okay, you prepare an omelette. You prepare the omelette. Vous servez des tomates, you serve tomatoes, or vous servez les tomates, you serve the tomatoes. Oh, are you serving the tomatoes? You shouldn't serve the tomatoes to our guests. They're heathens, and we grew them in our own garden. Okay, so now let's go back at these. Nice. Okay, let's look at those three sentences really fast. We'll do our quick preview because we're really cool people. Okay, so now look at this. I could also say nous achetons du poulet. So here we have a chicken, the chicken, and now that's some chicken. Okay? So now we have tu prépares l'omelette, tu prépares. Well, guess what? We can't use the partitive article with omelette. Why? I don't think we can. Let's do it this way. You can't say you prepare some omelette. You could say tu manges de l'omelette. You could do that, like you eat some omelette. There's a big omelette on the table. We're all sharing it, I guess. Okay, in that case, with that meaning, it would work. So here we have you prepare an omelette. Here, let's give a different verb for all of them. So you prepare an omelet, you order the omelet. I don't like that. There, that's swallow, okay? You prepare an omelet, you swallow the omelet. I guess you were really hungry. It's like blah, 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 and you ate it in one bite. Tu manges de l'omelette. That's you eat some omelet, okay? Vous servez des tomates. You serve some tomatoes. Are you serving some tomatoes? Here's you serve the tomatoes, or are you serving tomatoes? And in this case, we don't actually have a separate partitive article because the plural of un and une is des. So I guess we could just do this again. We just use the same thing over again. So what I'm trying to show you is we have, I can't think of the name of it, which is really great because I'm your teacher. Indefinite article, definite article, partitive article. Okay, indefinite article means a and, definite article means the, partitive article means some. Okay, and here I know how we could fix this sentence. Let's look at this. This might make it clearer because I realize that some of you may be going, what? So let's do this. Oops. And there we go. Let's do it like that. That's kind of weird too because tomatoes are countable. So I don't really think this is it's possible to say vous servez de la tomate, you serve some tomato. Say you had a giant tomato that won first prize at the country fair. It's so big. So you can only eat some of it. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, but this isn't a sentence you would see very often because tomatoes are countable. Okay, you're probably really rarely going to see something like that. Vous servez des tomates? It's the plural of an indefinite article here, and it's the partitive article here. See why I tell you I don't really like terms? Do you understand that a tomato is countable? Therefore, it's hard to tell if when you see des, and it doesn't matter because linguists don't agree about it. Is this the plural of an indefinite article or is it a partitive article? It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's keep moving. So use partitive articles to say some or and is nothing. Okay, so we use partitive articles to say some. Like, do you want some mashed potatoes or do you want mashed potatoes? Okay. In English, we don't have to use an article there. In French, you could translate it to, sorry, if you hear tu veux de la purée means the mashed potatoes. If I say tu veux de la purée, it's basically, we could translate it two ways into English. We could say, do you want some mashed potatoes or do you want mashed potatoes? But in French, we don't have that option. We do not have the option of this. We do not have the option of nothing. So a partitive article is based on de plus le, la, or les, okay, which is a definite article, sorry. So it's de plus this kind of an article, okay? And so de plus le is du. So this changes, so we're going to highlight it, okay? De plus la stays de la. It does not change. Okay, de plus L apostrophe does not change. De plus les does change. It turns into de. Okay, so we use du with masculine nouns. What? That are uncountable. Holy cow, that's a big mistake. We use du with masculine nouns that are uncountable. Okay, milk. We say tu veux du lait. Milk is uncountable. Tu veux du lait. Okay. Tu veux, and this should say uncountable as well. Tu veux de la soupe? Tu veux de la soupe? Soup is uncountable. Do you want some soup? I'm going to highlight this un in case any of you were taking notes, like good people, like good corn dogs. If you were taking notes and you wrote it down wrong because I put it down wrong. All right, so tu veux de la soupe, we could say, and then we have de L apostrophe. Use it with masculine or feminine nouns that start with a vowel or H. And then we have de plus les. We use it with countable masculine or feminine nouns in the plural. Notice, so des, what's the difference between du and des? Du is for uncountables, des is for countables. What about de là? What's the difference between de là and des? De là is for uncountables, des is for countables. Okay, so let's look at these examples. Je prends du jus, I have juice, or I have some juice. Il achète de la viande, he buys meat, he buys some meat. Nous prenons de l'aubergine, we have eggplant, we have some eggplant. It could also mean we eat, right? We eat eggplant, we eat some eggplant. Elle cuisine des pommes de terre. She, it does not say buys, she cooks. She cooks potatoes, she cooks some potatoes. Elle respire de l'air, she breathes air. I guess you could say she breathes some air, that's possible. She breathes a little bit of air and then she goes back into her moon atmosphere. I don't know. Okay, so yes, there's time. I'm in control because it's my video. We have time. Oh, I thought it said if time. Forget it. Okay, halftime reality check. Let's just look. J'aime les poires means I like pears. We're using les because we're talking about the whole entire category. Pears? Yes, I like pears. J'aime les poires. J'aime le lait. J'achète des poires. Actually, can anybody interrupt me? No, you can't because this is not live. But what's the other reason that we're using les here? I just said it's because we're talking about the whole category. But the real reason, or the stronger reason, is that we're using a verb of preference, okay? J'achète des poires. I buy some pears. I buy pears. We're not talking about the whole category. I'm just going to go buy 6. J'achète du lait. I buy some milk. I'm not buying all milk in the universe. I'm buying a half gallon. Je prends une poire. I eat a pear. Now I'm just talking about one and I'm saying a pear. I could have said, let's do this because we're such excellent human beings. Let's do this. I could say, je prends, la poire. And what would that mean? Je prends la poire would be I eat the pear, right? So it's important for us to make sure we know the difference between une and la. Okay, what if I were going to say I have some pears, like I eat several pears every day because they're so good? We would say les poires, right? Oh, no, that's the pears. I beg your pardon. Okay, this is good though. This is a helpful mistake. What if I wanted to say I eat some pears every day or I eat pears every day? I would say je prends des poires. Okay, so it's a partitive, can't even pronounce that word. It's a partitive article. Maybe. Maybe it's just the plural of indefinite articles. It doesn't really matter. The difference is, or what you need to know is the difference between les poires, which means the pears, and des poires, which means pears or some pears. Right? If you see le la les, it means the. It refers to the whole category. We don't always translate it. Okay, so here we go. Je prends du lait. So we can't say un lait. We don't say I have a milk. We say some milk. I have milk. I have some milk. And here we have pears ad infinitum. I'm tired of looking at pears. I'll bet you are too. So je prends la poire. I eat the pear. Je prends le lait. I drink the milk. Okay. So when you did that video, you did that halftime self-test. And I would rather go over that with you guys in person. There's the answer key. That's great. Okay, so one more thing I want to just review with you. You guys all remember that un, une, and des become de in negative constructions. You all remember that. And the same thing happens with partitive articles. Du, de la, de l, and des. I'm going to write that. And des, because des technically is a partitive article. They all become de in negative constructions. Okay? Yeah, so here we go. J'ai des pommes, je n'ai pas de pommes. Right? Je n'ai pas de pommes. Vous mangez du pain complet, vous n'avez pas de pain complet. You don't have whole wheat bread. Il prend de la soupe, il ne prend pas de soupe. Okay? So we had des becomes de, we have du becomes de, we have de la becomes de. So I guess the one thing that's missing, I should have given you an example with that. There we go. Tu bois de l'eau? And my answer would be je ne bois pas d'eau. Okay? Je ne bois pas d'eau. Oops, I made the wrong thing green because I'm really on top of my game right now. I'm very frustrated by my internet, you guys. We thought we had it all fixed, but no. Okay, so what happens to le, la, and les in a negative construction? I'll bet you don't know the answer right now because my screen's not giving it to you. Not. Okay, nothing happens to le, la, les in negative constructions. They don't change. Only un, une, and des, and de, la, de, and des become de in negative constructions. Le, la, les never change. This just looks terrible. I don't even know how you cope with my class. Let's make it look better. Okay, so what happens to le, la, les in a negative construction? Nothing, because only un, une, and des, and de, sorry, du, de, la, de, and des become de in negative constructions. Where'd my green go? I just said gringo. Where'd my green go? Okay. All right, so here we go. Just another way of looking at it. Un, une, and des become de. Du, blah, 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 become de. La, 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 no change. All right, so let's have a quick recap. Do you want to say the? Then you use le, la, les, L apostrophe. Are you using a verb of preference? You use le, la, les. Are you wanting to say a or an? Then you use un or une. Are you wanting to say some? If you want to say some, then use du, de la, de l if it's not countable. And you use de if it is countable. All right, if you were making notes for a possible future test, this page right here, this page would be such an important page for you to copy down. Yeah, that's a good size pen to use. This page right here, oops, except you don't want to do what I just did. Okay, this information right here would be so beneficial for you to copy down. All right. I think that's another little test. We would do that in class. All right, and so if you're in honors, I want you to go back to that video and look at the weird facts. The rest of you guys, you don't really have to know this. What I really want you to know is this. And then how are you going to decide if you're using de la or du? You have to memorize the gender of all those vocabulary words, okay? There you go. Thank you for watching this interminable video. I missed you today. You guys are such a great group of people. I'm sorry I didn't get to teach you.